Hello, friends from the comic and manga world. My name is Hector,
And my name is G.
and we're here to talk to you about our picks for the March 31st FOC that is coming up. G and I work for Penguin Random House. We manage sales into the direct market around the world. So titles that you will see on this presentation are from publishers that we can represent, we can sell into those markets. Sorry, got confused there for a second. And also, we're on social media. We are on Instagram, we're on X, Twitter, and we are on Facebook, and of course, YouTube. You can find us at PRH International Comics, but we'll leave links in the description below of this video. And without further ado, let's get with going on with the first pick. It's one of yours.
Yeah, the first pick for me is The Creeping Below issue number 3. This is Bradstreet's the FOC steel variant with the trade dress. I just thought it was a very stunning and beautiful cover, and I just love the. It looks like its branches sort of like going through body, but then you also see
Yeah.
like an X-ray view of her skeleton and so forth. It's just like a very beautiful, like striking cover, which like drew me in. But also with the premise of the story, basically there are gods that exist that are older than the devil, and we have this main character Val, who's this metalhead who attends this festival in Oslo, but is it a but she's a victim of a vile local band. And in the way that the story is told, the old gods of Norse mythology guide her through the trauma that she goes through. And it's a question of, will she walk the warrior's path? Will she become a behemoth beyond human recognition? It is basically this revenge story mixed with metal music, mixed with magic, and it's like almost akin to Swamp Thing. And it's just like a very interesting premise, and again, beautiful art. So, my pick for this week.
Yeah, I love that it's one of those images that there's stuff in the background that you don't notice at first glance, and then you keep looking at it, and you said, "Oh, there's the silhouette of, birds and this other like elk or something." And then once you see it, you can't unsee it, and you cannot not see it. It's there, so it's very cool. Yep. And we continue with one of my picks. This is Doom Academy number 3. This is the Wu Shu Li Shiley Moonpetal variant. This is part of the Doom event going on right now at Marvel. And uh yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful cover. Usually amazing South Korean artist. I've seen some of their art before. I think we talked on this channel about one of their art covers before. But anyways, this one we see obviously as the title says, we see Shaylee Moonpetal, one of the characters that originally was introduced in Strange Academy, created by Scotty Young and Humberto Ramos, and she is the fairy, this half fairy, half human character, and she's just hanging out in a big library, just enjoying a nice book with stack of books around her. Um, natural light coming from the background, and that big window in the back. Very, very cool image. I love this image so much. And that's all I have to say, I think, about this one. Okay, continue.
And this is a Dooms Division issue number 2. And I picked the variant cover, or the cover, I should say, with Kreese Lee, mostly because Kreese Lee's art is like
Yeah.
so like tied to Tiger Division when that
Hmm.
came out. So I'm pretty sure I talked about this cover before, but my memory is failing me, but I could be wrong. But I've definitely seen it before, and I was really
Yeah.
excited for it, and do want to pick this out. for FOC. So basically, we have, I mean, we've seen these superheroes before, but these are three new members added to the team. And so we have Wave, Arrow, and Karma together on their first mission that brings them to Japan to stop the resistance led by Sunfire. And so, yes, I just chose this because I like having all three on the cover. So, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. And we continue. This is my next pick. This is Hello Darkness number 10. The F cover is a 1 in 10 incentive, and it's full art, and it's by Rebecca Puebla. Oh, such a beautiful and haunting and scary looking cover. Of course, Hello Darkness is this anthology series that has been going on, or obviously by, for 10 issues already. And it has different stories with very amazing creators included in this issue. Specifically, we're going to see um, the I'm going to read. It's easier if I just read. Errol Stein and Francesco Francavilla conclude their hair racing journey through different eras in the life and death of Lucas Dreamwalker. There's also uh, David Hazan and Stefano Nessi, and a modern twist of Poe's classic Evermore. And there's also um, The Devil in the Corner of Your Eye by Genevieve Valentine and Ming Doyle, and lots more. Um, and this cover, I mean, look at all those skulls and this woman just hanging from the from the top of the skull tower, or I don't know. And then she looks, yeah, she looks like she is just having some health issues, maybe. But it's very haunting, very cool. I love not just the art itself of the skulls and the woman, but also how the background is sort of this blend of black and white. It sort of makes it even like scarier, I feel. So I really love this one. Yep, let's keep going.
Okay, and then we have Wolverine and Kitty Pryde issue number one. This is Marcus 2 variant. So we have Chris Claremont on writing, and he's returning with this issue one. So um, Claremont did like it's called Kitty and was it the name is escaping. It's Kitty Pryde and Wolverine, which was a limited series that was put out back in 1984 to
Hmm.
1985. And so Claremont is returning with this, which is essentially like almost it's basically Chris Claremont expanding on the story. So this would be the full adventure for the duo when they were in Japan. And so you get that here. So a lot of fans who are excited to see him coming back to this, which is great. And so I had to choose this cover with Kitty and Lockheed on the cover, especially since
Yeah,
Claremont was the one that created Lockheed, and I just love it so much. It's just the
I
view of just
know.
them
Very,
uh
very cool.
falling on your face. It looks like if you're
Yeah.
looking up and you're like, what is
Yeah,
happening? It's a cool
exactly.
cover. So yeah.
And my
Oh
next
wait,
pick. Uh-huh.
before
Go
we
ahead.
move on, I think this is a 1 in 20. I could be. Is it
Oh,
a ratio
sorry, I
variant?
might have missed it when I put it up
I
there.
think it's a 1 in 25 with this one. And note that Marvel did tease first, like very like they teased first appearances in this one, so you'd have
Hmm.
to like pick it up to figure out who they're bringing on to this. But yeah, just putting that out here.
And then we have Our Brilliant Ruin, Horror at Crane Mansion, number two, cover A by Helen Mask. And I do feel like I've talked about Helen Mask before. And I love Helen Mask art. If you haven't seen her art before, or you're not too familiar, I invite you to go to her Instagram or her page, helenmask.com. and check it out. She's really into like very medieval kind of looking images and stuff like that. And but it's all like this with a lot, like they're really packed with a lot going on in their images. A lot of colors that are, her mixture of colors. She does amazingly with like earth tones at the same time with some bright colors in between and all that. And this one in particular for this new series of comics based on the game Arbalian Ruin. Um, this is it's very cool to see. I mean, it's very haunting and creepy you see flowers and you see a bunch of eyes kind of looking through and you see these hands right on top sort of holding this key with um silhouettes of people who are either on top of the key or just trying to climb up under the tree, and then there's blood on the person's hands. It's very beautiful. Like I said, it's also very haunting. And um, the story of this one in particular, in the game base RPG Arbalian Ruin, there's the ruin, which is sort of this power, malignant force that corrodes the world and turns people into horrific creatures. And in this one, it's kind of concentrated in the Crane Mansion after they discover the body of one of the um, somebody attending an event there, and it's sort of like the topic of the game, but it's sort of uh, all takes place in this mansion, and it's sort of like a murder mystery with a horror mix thing, which is great. I love that concept. So really love this one, and can't wait to read this for sure. And as always, we'll finish up with a little bit of news that came out recently. Uh, Apologize for the Robin Hood ad playing. I'll skip it in a second. And yeah, so two of our major manga and light novel series that are available through Penguin Random House just dropped teasers and trailers, and they are Classroom of the Elite Season 4. It's unfortunately we don't have an exact date for airing yet, but then My Dress Up Darling season 2 dropped the trailer, and at the same time, we know that it's coming in July of this year. I put it up there. The cover for the sort of the second year novel one, which is ties into to this season, I believe. Um, and but we have available light novels and manga for both the year one, year two, plus there's all these spin-offs too. So there's tons of Class of the Elite, and then also for My Dress of Darling, I put up there the cover for the official anime fan book. But obviously, we also have the manga available. Really quick, you should know what these two are about. But My Dress of Darling, of course, is about this geeky guy who is into, I forget the name of the dolls that he and his family are known for doing dresses for, and what his there's a student in his class that kind of recruits him to create cosplays for her. And then Classroom of the Elite, I'm not gonna get into the whole what it's about, but it's basically the school where if you get in, you can only go up or progress and get keep going and graduating to the next year if you are not just smart as in book smart, but also you have to be cunning and you have to. There's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of they give the students all these opportunities to do these I forget what to call them, but sort of like different events where they have to prove that they have great minds for business and leadership, but they also that they can get ahead by backstabbing everybody else around them. So it's very cool story. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. And then there's a fourth season coming, which is also amazing. Also, I wanted to mention that Dress Up Darling, the other big announcement that came out a couple of weeks ago is that it ended. It's like I think it was last week where they published in Japan the last chapter. So I think there's going to be even more interest now because it's a manga that is coming to an end very soon. Obviously, we'll have that in English. I don't. It's not this year, obviously, but soon. So it's a good time to catch up with this one and then be there for the end. So there you go. That is it for our news, and that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it and it was helpful to you. As I mentioned before, we're on social media, so you feel free to visit us not only on YouTube but also on Instagram, X, Twitter, and Facebook under at PRH International Comics. And as always, let us know what you think. If there's any other content that you would like to see from us, we love to hear from you. So that's it. Take care. Bye.
Hi, everyone.